All right, all right, all right. So what I've done here is basically flooded the whole panel so I don't miss anything and have to do it twice. The bummer is you got to sand all this off because 90% of it ends up on the floor and the low spots will stay filled. Here I feathered it out because back here is real smooth already. So when we do the high build primer, we'll do 2-3 coats and that'll take care of anything else. Above the body line is pretty much fine, good enough for the primer. We're probably going to do the quarter roof panel and the other quarter, 3 coats of primer. The doors were probably, well, this door anyway, probably going to get like 1 coat of primer, like a fat coat. Front fenders, a couple coats, 3 coats on the hood. I mean, it's a judgment call to how smooth things are when you block them, so. But basically, I don't know. It's super duper thick. I don't know if you can tell the thickness there, but there's a lot. I mean, not really. But for me, that's a lot. I used to nitpick all the little spots and do them all, but I don't know. This seems to be the faster way. A lot of guys are doing it this way. In the 80s and 90s, everybody did it this way. I mean, back then they'd put like a whole gallon of Bondo on a quarter panel, right? Because it was cheap. But basically, this is the fastest way if you put it on thin enough. And I mean, it's not too thick. But again, basically you sand it down until you start seeing metal and you make sure it all goes down as smooth as it can. And I mean, this is probably one of the best ways to keep the waves out. I mean, I used to block it, find the low spots, fill them all, and by the time you're done, you end up skim coating the whole thing, and you're on it for 3 days. So this way, I basically did that in, wow, an hour or two after dinner. So if you look at the other videos, I don't know if it's uploaded yet, but you can see how we cut this all back and made a new piece because the quarter, the way it was set, got tighter and tighter to where the door actually overlapped the new quarter. So we cut that, set it back where it goes, welded it all back up. The quarter was way in. Now it's pretty good. And I mean, we'll block that out till it's pretty close to the door. To some degree we can, I mean, in some cars, what I like to do is you put a bit of filler up here, down in the bottom, and you lock the door and the fender shut. And then you can block right across everything. It just depends on how crazy you want to get. With this car, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I might come off the back of the door and just kind of barely catch that edge so that it matches. And then from there, I'll block that down and it'll be close enough. So we're not too worried about that. But yeah, so I guess that's about it. Cheers.